Thank you for coming out. I know it's early, but we at Hopkins are so excited about the progress of our kids academically, and we know that they are champions, and we know that they can ace these SOLs.
Thank you. I'm just here to kind of give a quick teacher perspective on the SOL test, especially for third grade parents. This is something new to you all and new to the students. We do a great job here at Hopkins preparing our students all year long for the SOL test, so you can rest assured that your child is properly prepared for the test. Your role as parents to help support us teachers and your students is to just provide that support, encourage them to do their best. Sometimes their best is not going to mean passing the SOL, especially in third grade. It's a new experience for them, and that's totally fine. We don't put the emphasis on pass versus fail or pass, advance. Our emphasis is your child giving their best effort. If they are, then that's all we can ask. So please make sure that you are encouraging your child to give their best effort. These tests take great mental and physical stamina from the students. We just finished our simulation testing, and they did really well. And that was a kind of a mirror image of what they're going to see on the SOL test. It's an all-day event. So for them to sit there, concentrate, give best effort from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, like I said, takes great mental and physical stamina. So please make sure that they are going to bed at a decent hour, getting good meals, having breakfast. Something that I've seen in my past 4 years of being a fourth grade teacher is sometimes the smallest change in your student's life during the test can make a big effect on their performance, such as a haircut, especially sometimes a brand new haircut that they're not pleased with. They can come in the next day and that will ruin their performance. So avoid any brand new experiences. Please keep things consistent at home during that time. That will help them to be prepared, be confident, and be ready to take the test and give their best effort. Just kind of a heads up for some parents, in third grade, the children take 2 SOLs, a reading and a math SOL. In fourth grade, they take 3, reading, math, and Virginia studies. And in 5th grade, they take 3 as well, reading, math, and science. If you do not get the schedule from your child's teacher in the next week or so of their test days, please feel free to reach out to them and ask for that schedule. Maybe you and your child can put it on a calendar together, kind of have forward thinking, prepare, and be ready for those days. The worst thing we can have as students come in is saying, oh, we have an SOL today. That's a little concerning. So please make sure that you're preparing them as much as you can at home. Reviewing small bits each night, 10, 15 minutes, review old tests, review notes, journals, morning work for 4th grade especially. Just that 10, 15 minute quick review is all that they need to prepare. Like I said, we do a great job, I think, here at Hopkins preparing the students for their tests. So that should not be on your shoulders. However, just a quick little 10, 15 minute review every night would be kind of key for them to be ready and feel prepared. Reading and math for most classes are 2 days, over 2 days. We split them to kind of break it up a little bit. But the Virginia Studies SOL and the Science SOL are 1 day.
And as we go through each little skit, the question is, really ask yourself, what mattered most to the mom and to the child? Okay, you ready? Act 1.
Mom! Yes! I passed my SOL!
Woo! You're smart. You're brilliant. You're excitingly brilliant. Oh my gosh, Kim, let's call Aunt D. Aunt D's been waiting all day long. She has the other pom-pom, so I'm going to call her. Aunt D, guess what? Kim passed. She passed. Oh, you know we're going out to eat tonight. One day she will become that doctor. Woo! Okay, so just rhetorically think in your mind, because for the sake of time, what mattered most to the parent, and how did the child receive that? What were they thinking? Okay? Act 2.
Hi, Anna. SOLs for today.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, how'd you do? How did you do?
I left my skateboard out in the rain.
Anna.
And did you remember to bring it in? Can we have a snack?
Anna, I am talking to you about the SOL. What was your score?
I didn't pass.
Oh. What? I told you how important this is.
I know.
You're
you
supposed to
did.
focus.
I tried. I really tried.
Did you study or did you study?
I don't know what that means. What do you
Anna, I am
mean?
being serious. This is really important. All right, I know you tried your best.
So what went on there? What was the mom or the parent thinking? How did the child respond? Lots of thoughts. And for the sake of time, we're going to move on because I see a lot of hands being raised. So if you saw your child raise their hand, maybe at home, ask them, what did you think about the skit? Let's talk about that. So what we want to talk about today is being more mindful. You know, listening to our words, where is our heart? I can tell you when I was in school, and I think back to how I was parented, I brought that into my motherhood, right? And so I had to really take an honest look at how I was communicating with my children based on how I was raised. So just ponder that as well. It's okay to change a cycle or to do something different. So what we want to encourage you to do is have a more mindful conversation. Have you heard the word mindful? That's kind of the buzzword now. Really thinking about that growth mindset of, I loved what you said, Ms. Kearney, that we're not really looking at pass or fail, we're looking at their effort, and it really is okay if they're struggling, because growth mindset says that struggle is a part of life, right? And that it's okay if we put forth our best effort and still need that time to grow and mature, that we're going to work through that as a family and as a school and a community. So let's have Act 3 with a mindful conversation.
Hey, Anna, how did it go at school today?
Well, it was hard, Mom.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you know, we had SOLs, and do you know, I failed by 3 points.
Oh.
3 lousy points.
Wow, Anna, you must feel so disappointed.
I am, and I worried that maybe you would be disappointed in me.
Oh gosh, Anna, you know, passing is important. At the same time, how I feel about you is even more important. I know that you worked hard.
I
And
did.
even when we work hard, sometimes things don't go our way. So what do you think you want to do next?
Well, SOL, my social studies SOL was coming up, and I thought maybe if you could help me study.
I think I could do that.
That would be great, Mom.
Yeah, and you can help me set the table.
I'd love to. What's for dinner?
Oh, pizza.
Yay! Yay! Well, thank you.
So, in talking about mindfulness, one of the things that's really important is to check in with our own stress levels.
Yes.
Mindfulness is about a peace of mind. It's about self-control. But once we get overly stressed and we're over-concerned with the importance of things, then we start to become less effective in our communication. So take a look at the handout that I gave you, the yellow one. And there's a stress meter in the upper left-hand side. Sorry. So it goes from green, like I'm super relaxed, to red, I am very stressed out. I have a lot of demands, and I don't know if I'm gonna do well. So for moms, the idea is really before we have these pep talks with our kids is to check your own stress level. Kind of where are you in that moment? We'll also talk about mindfulness activities, things that can help you to talk up, things that can help you, I don't have one of those voices, sorry. Things that can help you to kind of bring your stress level down just a bit. Now, there are like lots of apps, and we'll talk about those later, that can kind of get yourself in that mood. But a very quick technique would be the S.T.O.P, which is the net on the right-hand side of your handout. So the S would be stop what you're doing. Take a breath. Let's just do that now. Let's just stop. Everybody just pause in the moment. Take a really nice deep breath and breathe out. Just observe how you're feeling. Think about your stress level, the things that led you to feel stressed out, and then let those kind of just go away. Take another deep breath, inhale, and then let it go. And the idea is to proceed mindfully. That's what the P stands for. Think about things that are going to help you to proceed mindfully. What are those positive things that you want to focus in on? The SOLs are important. At the same time, your peace of mind and how you communicate with your child are more important. So take that with you. And there are a couple other things that Anna will go through that are on this sheet as well. Are we ready for that?
Mm-hmm. So you have a laminated quote. Be very happy when you are tested in different ways. You know that such testing produces endurance. Then you will be mature and complete. Isn't that a wonderful quote? It's really okay to struggle, to endure. That is what helps us to become the person we are going to become, the career choice or a decision that you have to make. And you know, SOLs are a time where we can really reflect on working hard, the struggle, and having those conversations that it's okay, and we're going to do this together. On the bottom of this, you see it has a magnet. You put it on your refrigerator, and you know, just kind of every morning read that quote with your family. And if you want to add something to it, an affirming thought, like for me as a child, when I asked my mom, could she help me study? We could write that on there. I'm going to help you study for social studies, and maybe put the time, or if you have a favorite quote, and because it's laminated, you can wipe it off and do one each week. The apps that you have, I don't have the sheet with me because I handed them all out, but most of them are free. I highly recommend, if you look at that sheet, the first one, Pacifica, I use that. It's a wonderful app to kind of check in on your stress meter. And if you're really stressed, it'll ask you, how you feeling? And if you say, oh, I'm so stressed, it will give you breathing activities, some ideas based on what you've put into the app to be able to relax. I challenge you to do it with your child. Teach them now. Our generation now is thinking about how stressed we are and being mindful. What a gift to give to your child now so they can grow into that. The other things on your sheet, noticing pleasant events. I had a parent here once say, on the way to the bus stop, we try to find something beautiful to look at and talk about. I thought, wow, what a great thing to do. So take notice of the beauty around you. Being grateful for the small things really de-stresses us. And I'm sure you've had an experience where you just noticed a butterfly or the smell of a flower, and it instantly just brought you, wow, there's something bigger than me out there. This is beautiful, and it brings you into that moment, helps you be mindful. Also, the free and simple self-care skills are just some things to remember, to pay attention to your body, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and to notice that versus kind of just stuffing it and moving on, stuffing it and moving on. Mindfulness is being mindful in the moment. We're not thinking about the past and being depressed about that. We're not thinking about the future and being anxious. We're mindful in the moment, acknowledging our thoughts and feelings, and trying to, deep breathe, notice beauty, have a conversation with someone that you trust. You came up with this word, a positive buddy? Or
Positive partner.
positive partner. I challenge you to find a positive partner who will do this with you, because I find sometimes I'll partner with someone who wants to complain with me, you know, and by the end of the conversation I'm like, wow, I feel worse. So find a positivity partner, that's hard to say, to practice these skills together.